Hi, everybody. I'm Holly Claire with the Social Media Advisor, coming to you live today with Jacki Cox of Swirls, LLC. Welcome, Jacki.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Holly.
Yes. I just want to take a few minutes at the start of this to just kind of talk about the theme of today's broadcast. It's awesome resources to grow your business in 2017. And out of everyone in the world that I wanted to get connected to you, it would be Jacki Cox, because she is the one woman in my life that incorporates creativity into her consulting and all the projects that she does. And she'll get to talk a lot about that. But just to highlight for everyone, if you aren't incorporating some bit of creativity every single day, then you are lacking something special for you in your life. So you give to your clients all day long, and you've got to be able to feed yourself in return. So that's some of the stuff we're going to talk about as far as being awesome in your business this year, but also her being that awesome resource. Not only does she host events, but she's got really great consulting programs we're totally going to talk about. So Jacki, I want to know, just as far as, you and I, gosh, I'm trying to think back on how we met. And I think it was through a mutual friend, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And it was through an organization called Polka Dot.
Yes, it was. Absolutely. And I think that there may have been experienced pros in there as well. And so I remember seeing you in both spaces for sure.
It was fun. So Polka Dot is a national, or is it national or international?
International organization, yes.
International organization. And it's all women for the most part, right?
It is all women. We have one guy that sort of is our token website guy, but it is a women's organization connection group. So it's awesome.
It is awesome. One of the greatest things about Polka Dot Powerhouse is it's all focused on positivity. So these women come together once or twice a month, even extracurricular events, and they are just promoting positivity with each other. There is one rule and one rule only, and that is no drama.
No drama. Yes, absolutely. So, I mean, come on, we all love that rule, right? I mean, we are not here in junior high anymore, and being able to be amongst women that can support each other and lift each other up, I think that that's so huge.
And what is your involvement with Polka Dot?
So I'm the managing director for the Denver and Arvada chapters here in Colorado, and I just love it. I started in 2014 as one of the founding members, and I love having the opportunity to really, be a leader for these women and be a resource for these women and help them connect and help them really be able to be push agents for each other.
Woo. And I'm just going to heart that as well. So those of you who are joining me, please be sure to share the love with some hearts and some comments. We'll be sharing those throughout the day. So I'm curious, before we get into the meat and potatoes about your business, what's your favorite superhero and why?
Oh, what a good question. So, you know what? My favorite superhero, the first one that came to mind is Superman. And the reason being is, you know what? He is Clark Kent. At the end of the day, he himself is Clark Kent. And he comes out in amazing ways and gets to show the world that he has these amazing superpowers. And yet he's so subtle and just nondescript about it. And most people don't even know he's coming. And so I think that we all have superpowers amongst us, and we all have that opportunity to shine in those same types of spaces like Superman does. But you know what? When we are in our best moments, a lot of people don't even know it's coming. It just sort of naturally happens. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I've got some superheroes in my world as well. Any of our soldiers that have served our country and continue to protect our freedom for our great nation. And yes. Any kids that are standing up to their mean girls or standing up to bullies, those are superheroes as well. As far as I can see it, and moms, those moms that have such an abundant schedule and are trying to be everything to everyone. I think it's so powerful to see them just be the women that they're meant to be and be those superheroes. Specifically, my mom is truly my hero. So
that's for your mom.
Aww. Yes.
I love. That's fantastic. I completely agree with you. That's a really great superhero. You're a superhero in many people's books. Jacki.
Oh, thank you, Holly. That's so sweet.
So tell me about, what do you do? How you get started in it? Who is Jacki?
So I am happily married, and we've been in Colorado for 11 years now. My husband and I live up in the mountains. We love to hike, and we're very adventurous. And I've always had this creativity just inside me, just dying to come out. And so I was in corporate sales for a lot of years and decided to leave that to start my own creative business. And I started 3 years ago as a paint and sip originally, and where I would bring the painting experience to people. And I've really evolved into the creative coaching, where I really get to help entrepreneurs find that balance in our lives and find that fun and that passion and being true to your why and being true to your purpose. So I love that I get to help people bring that creativity out.
Well, that was one of the first experiences I had with you outside of Polka Dot, was a create and sip type of evening. Mm-hmm. And what I found, it was so funny because you looked at me and you're like, I think you just had an aha moment. I don't know if that was the exact set of words, but I was painting on these canvases. You're like, would you like another? Yes, please. I kept painting. Would you like another? And you just kept feeding me into that. And I kept painting and hanging out and just the fellowship. And at the end of the day, I stopped and I looked at myself and I'm thinking, I don't do this enough. I don't incorporate creativity in my life enough. And this little paint and sip event is not enough for me. I need something more.
Right.
And that's one thing that you've always been just so awesome at, is encouraging people. So outside of the paint and sips, talk about all the events you have going on, because you've got results map experience.
Yes, so I am a licensed coach with the Results Map, which that happened very organically and very naturally. My mentor and beautiful, amazing woman, Kimberly Alexander, who wrote the programs, the Results Map and the Results Map for Women in Business. Yeah, she's truly amazing, and she's one of those people that she sees things for you and on your behalf long before you see it. So she saw something in me that I didn't even realize was there yet. So this started happening. It started actually happening when I did my first retreat at my place up here in Conifer, and she was here. She was part of that retreat, and she, we all shared tears together. We shared a lot of laughs together. We shared a lot of compassion together, and having her there really helped me to see, and the women that were there as well, but helped me to see that I'm in that space. I'm in that coaching and consulting space, and she helped me. She was definitely a push agent for me, and she helped me get to that program. So officially launched with the Results Map as a licensed coach in September. And so it's 6 months in the making right now, and it's been amazing. And I've really incorporated that into the creative consulting and creative coaching, because I personally have a very balanced style of thinking. And so I can be in the business side and help people with their goals and their planned accomplishments, and really focus on that time and how we're spending our time, and is it fueling our purpose? And on the flip side of that, from a creative side, then once we figure out that there's not a lot of time left for us, sometimes we're feeling a little bit depleted, that's where we need to bring in that creativity so we can then be more productive and get those results that we're craving. So they really fit very nicely together.
I completely agree with you. I think every aspect of it. And you've always been a consultant and a coach. I mean, it's just, you were born that way, right?
Thank you.
It's just a thing. Jacki Cox, and she's always going to be the first to empower you, the first to encourage you, the first to provide a suggestion if you're open to it, and it's just, I just love the work you do. And so that's awesome. And you live in a super cool house.
I do. My husband and I and our 2 dogs live in a geodesic dome, which is basically, if you can imagine the inside of a soccer ball, that's what we live in.
Amazing.
So it is. It's a very creative space. The second we walked into this house, I was absolutely in love, just because of all the angles and just the uniqueness of the house. Even as you look behind me in my camera, you can see it sort of comes to a V instead of a 90-degree angle. So
cool. I love it. So in the process of kind of discovering what you're wanting to do, from the crate and sips to the consulting to the workshops, I know you and I, just as being business owners, have encountered quite a few challenges. What's one of the biggest struggles that you've had to overcome and would be willing to share with the world as just something, hey guys, you're a business owner, you should be aware of this?
Yeah, absolutely. For me, I really have overcome the boundaries and being very protective of my time. Since I do live in Conifer, that drive time is 45 minutes to an hour minimum if I head down to the city. So having said that, I can then pack in my day when I do go down there. So I can either do more networking while I'm down there during that particular day, or more connects and one-on-ones, but I'm really mindful of that. And if it just doesn't work for me to get down the hill, then I can make it a phone call instead and do things that are still going to fuel what needs to be done in my schedule, because we've really got to be able to be very mindful of time. I used to be in that space when I first started. It was like, yes, 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 yes. Okay, I'm going to do this, 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 and this. Oh, you know what happens when we get to that space? Extreme overwhelm. And
yes.
And so, and we're none of us are immune to it. And even now, when you sort of have that time a little bit more managed and those boundaries a little bit more managed, you can still get into that space. So you have to reset yourself a little bit. And it's just the knowing of how to do that now. And it's a lot easier because I've gone through the program like the results map, and because it's been okay, what priority items am I really focusing on in order to move my business forward? That's really what has helped me huge with the growth of my business. Yeah,
it's super impactful, because how are you going to have time to be creative in your business if you're just tailoring to everyone else's needs? There's a time and a place to be present with people, but there's also a time and a place to be present in your business and what you actually have to do.
Absolutely. And in that creative space as well, you have to create that time. So you have introspective time, and you have your self-care time, and that focus time where you can truly let yourself come out and let yourself come out to play too.
Do you happen to have your cool journal with you?
My journal? Which journal? My planner?
Yeah, your planner with all your crazy cool stickers.
I do. So I have this is my favorite planner. It's called the Happy Planner. I will open it up, and you can see what a normal month or week looks like. This is just fun because I get to put all sorts of stickers in it, and it makes me extremely happy. It's called Happy Planner for a reason, because it gives me the chance to put color in my world. And when you're planning out things, if you're having fun with it, the likelihood of you getting it done is a lot higher. And if you're writing things down and in color, you remember them a lot more. So cognitively, your efforts go up way more, and then you're way more productive then too. So it's made me very happy. Yay! Look at all those colors.
Lots of colors. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I feel you there. You said that in a video, and I was like, okay, yep. Jacki said I need to get me some colors for my planner.
Yes, you do. And, make it so it's your brand colors or the colors that inspire you. Be true to you. Let that come out. And I was able to get a pack of markers that were 5. They have the corals and the teals, and it was all packaged together. And I was like, oh my God, Michaels, you nailed it. You got directly to me.
Yay, Michaels.
Yeah. But it's so important because, when you can fuel yourself in that way, and you get to have that opportunity for play and that creativity to come out, even in the sense of your planning, all of a sudden everything becomes a lot easier to manage then.
Yes, totally agree with you. And that brings me to a question. So I know that you've got multiple things that drive you as far as your force in your business. I mean, your hubby, definitely, puppy, what would you say is one thing out of everything that you've got going on that is the driving force to do what you do?
It's that creative passion, it's that creative spark, and it's that knowing that I can have the opportunity to help other women entrepreneurs that are feeling in that space too, that they're feeling like, oh my gosh, trying to figure out why I'm even doing this. So if you let your why and your purpose drive you, I'm pointing to my heart right now. If you let that, fuel you, that completely drives me forward to then, just bring even more to the table for them and bring that and help them get that level of excitement and that creativity flowing for them as well. It's been huge for me, and just being around just powerful, amazing people and women. It's just so inspiring.
Well, that's your heart message. And when other people are receiving that heart message, it's like your spiritual gift or your love language, if you will, that when you see other people responding really well to that, then you just want to feed it more and more and more.
Exactly. And like you said, Holly, with your painting, I mean, it was just, you were so in the moment, and that's why it was like, keep giving her that empty canvas, because she's going somewhere, and you don't want to hinder that creativity that's flowing then at all. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. So we've talked about a lot of the different services that you provide, but what would you consider are your top 3?
So I actually just wrapped up my creative coaching programs that I implemented, and the Brush Through the Barriers to Your Brilliance coaching program is the one I have set up. That's really a combination of the creativity as well as the results map. So really, when you work within that program, and it's one-on-one and it's also group, when you work inside of that program, you're getting both sides of it, because we need and we crave that balance in our world. And so having those foundational business pieces are there. We're gonna go through that. Some of those are the tough pieces, right? But then we get to have that relief and that balance when we bring in the creativity as well. So when you work with me from that angle, inside that program, you're absolutely getting both. So I have set up the programs where it's truly, we have an opportunity to work with me for 4 months at a time. And, there's an opportunity to work 3 to 4 hours at a time. And, so I have some trainings and some virtual and in-person trainings inside of that as well. So it's really exciting. I'm super stoked about it.
Yeah. Well, as you should be. That's a really great offering.
Thank you. Thanks.
Perfect. So how do you feel you can best benefit a business for growth this year?
I think, being able to help entrepreneurs really focus and spending where they're spending their time, and dive into, how that is actually moving them forward in their business. So getting that focus on those non-negotiables, or those A priorities, those absolute things those are the items you have to get done in order to move your business forward. So that's really where the focus is. And then being able to help them with that time and mirroring their goals and their planned accomplishments, and putting a big focus around that, because when we do those things and bring those to the forefront, then we realize, oh, hey, look, there is time to refuel me and refocus on my energy and bring my passion back to the surface.
Ah. I love it. I get goosebumps every time you talk about your passion and your creativity. So what is something you are personally doing this year to reach some of your goals in your business?
So it was always a vision of mine to be able to take people to Italy and really dive into that and dive into how that can, by experiencing other cultures and language and food and being there in the moment, can really then fuel us in our experiences moving forward. So that is happening. I'm super excited to be offering the first creative retreat to Italy in May. So that, thank you. I'm so excited. I started talking about it a year ago, May, and it just, everything really came together the way it needed to. You started asking, I started being very specific with my ask of, this is who I'm looking for, this is what I need. But, all in all, it's that continuing to grow and to continue to learn from other women that are inspiring me, so then I can inspire them.
Yeah, and Italy is definitely the place to do that. Just saying.
So, the women that are going are honestly making my dreams come true by being there on the first one. And I hope that they know that, I hope they recognize that. If they haven't figured it out yet, they will when we're in Italy together. And it's just, I'm super stoked, because that is what's going to continue to fuel me, and I'm also going to be doing a lot of speaking opportunities within Polka Dot this year so that along with the Italy dream is really what's fueling me working towards my goals this year.
So, little side note question on that. Last time I did a live interview, it was with Katie Myers, and she said that the two of you are in a competition for speaking events for this year, and we didn't really hear the results. Do you want to share, or do you want to let someone else do that at a later time?
No, we can definitely share. It's no problem, because most people will start to recognize it anyway. So Katie and I did do our big reveal, and we both are such go-getters. Katie revealed that she has 10 lined up for the calendar for this year, which is amazing. Yeah. And I actually revealed that I had 12 lined up. So, and a 13th, and a 13th has actually been confirmed since she and I met. So, super stoked. I mean, Polka Dot Powerhouse is my tribe, and so that's really where I wanted to make the biggest impact and really feel the biggest level of growth from.
Well, and you're completely utilizing that network, and that's what it's there for. Yes. You know, a lot of people believe that you can just join a networking group, and then the opportunities that you have are just what are presented to you right then and there. And this happens to be a group that gives you opportunity and visibility worldwide. And so if you want to have a platform for speaking, then connect to a group that has a worldwide platform to be able to do that.
Absolutely. And that really all started. I've got to give credit to our founder, Shannon Crotty. She had asked, so there's a business membership within Polka Dot. There's also a diamond membership. And so I'm a diamond member. And in September of last year, she had actually asked me to be a diamond trainer for creativity within that group. And that is really what I think kicked off all of this. It really solidified my coaching piece of it. It solidified me bringing the creativity to the forefront and being super excited and passionate about it, clearly. And then it just made me just bust in gear of wanting to be in front of these women and helping these women and helping them grow in their areas as well. And so utilizing Polka Dot as a space for that has been huge for me.
Ah, I love it. Fantastic. So, Jacki, how can we take the next step in working with you?
Awesome. Well, so I have a training class coming up called Create Your Results Training. Beyond that, though, I would love to see where you're at with your creativity and how you're bringing that balance and inspiration into your world. So I would love to set up a creative consultation. We're going to talk on the phone for 30 minutes. I'm going to get to know you a little bit. What inspires you? What motivates you? What's driving you in your heart? And why? I want to find out your why too while we're on the phone. So I will leave a link to be able to connect with me that way through my calendar. And it's going to be an easy conversation. Half hour goes really quickly, especially when you get a chance to really share what motivates you and what's driving you.
Yeah, I've done that call, and I walked away from it, and this is such a good thing. I'm an emotional person, so there were some really key points that Jacki hit on as far as creativity and struggles in my business in that 30-minute call. And when I walked away from that, I'm like, she totally gets me, but it was, she gets me. And she asks questions people weren't open to ask before. And that's just the thing that's unique about her. She hears things and sees things that you may not even be aware are challenges to you right now. And just being open to receive that makes a world of difference.
Oh, thank you for that, Holly. I really appreciate that. And I get so inspired by women like you. You're just amazing.
Aww, I hurt you.
I'm not sure if I can do that. Oh yeah, I guess I can.
You can also do it kind of like,
backwards? Okay, there we are.
I love it. I think I'm going to make that a tradition. Like, let's see your best heart. Forwards and backwards.
Yeah. I love it. Because I know that Katie was trying to do that too. So, yeah.
Thank you so much, Jacki Cox. You are just absolutely amazing. And, this time goes by way too fast for me as well. And I just thank you for sharing your heart, sharing your vision, sharing the amazing things that you get to do for people. And how cool is it that you get to live out your journey doing what you love with who you love doing it with? and you get to see the world in the meantime. Really?
Oh, it's so amazing. I'm completely fortunate, and you know what? I have a lot of really amazing women and people in my life. And Holly, thank you so much. You're absolutely one of those you're always on my heart and always on my crew. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. I'm honored to be a part of your tribe.
Absolutely.
So thank you, everyone who's come to visit and that will be viewing later on the Be Live interview with Jacki Cox with Swirls, LLC. I'm going to include a link down below of every different place that you can connect to Jacki. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll be able to connect with her there as well. Thanks for joining. Have an awesome day. And remember, if you're not incorporating creativity in your world, then you're just not doing it right, because we need to have fun in our daily life. We need to be fed in a variety of different ways. Jacki is definitely the one to make that happen. So thank you again. Be awesome, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks, Jacki.
Thank you. Thanks, Holly. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.